with us are Regina O'Connor, who's a policy advisor to members of the European Parliament, primarily Fianna Fáil members. Also with us is William Priestley. Regina, you're the Fianna Fáil candidate in this election campaign. Why on earth should anybody in the Senate, in universities, vote for somebody whose connections with Fianna Fáil?
Vincent, thanks for having me on your show. I'm not a Fianna Fáil candidate in this election. I'm running independent and feel very passionate about that.
Passionate that you're not for Fianna Fáil?
Passionate that there are only 6 senators in the whole of the Senate that are actually independent. And I value my own freedom of speech and my own free value of thought. And I have advised the Fianna Fáil MEPs over 5 years, but over the last year and a half we've moved to the Liberals, and I'm an advisor to 84 MEPs, which includes Fianna Fáil MEPs, yes, but Marion Harkin also, but also a whole range of other countries' MEPs.
And Marion Harkin takes the badness out of it this year.
There are 84 MEPs there, Vincent. I am the legal affairs advisor
Fianna
to all
Fáil
of them.
diluted, so it doesn't sound that bad, is that it?
No, before I would have been an advisor, you know, much closer to them. But I'm running independent. I feel very passionate about that. I think
passionate about being independent?
Well, about the 6 the 6 senators that will be part of the 60. I think it's very important that they are independent, since the others are so.
Why are you running for why are you running in a procedure that is essentially elitist and insidious?
Well, I didn't create that legislation.
Yeah, but you're compounding it now by running it.
But I very much feel that we should stretch our imagination forward, particularly with the goodwill that's around the country and the political appetite to change.
Stretch your imagination so far that you wouldn't notice the elitism of the Senate, of the university.
But in terms of reforming the Seanad.
Regina, what do you stand for politically? What are you about politically?
The most important thing at the moment is our future, the future of our nation. Yeah.
Good Lord. And when was that not the case?
Well,
when did anybody running for election to anything say the most important thing at the moment is our past?
Well, I think more than any time.
Can you think of a more astounding cliche than that?
Well, I still believe in it. I still believe in it.
You believe our future is most important thing is our future.
It's up to us. We are the next generation, and it's up to us to stand up to the plate and be part of that.
Stand up to the plate.
And I am willing to come back from Brussels with my expertise as an EU legal and political advisor, and to add added value to the Seanad.
And your first insight is that the most important thing is our future.
Yeah, the future of the country, I think.
Oh my God.
I think, Vincent, is what everybody's thinking about. They're not thinking about the past, they're not thinking about today, they're thinking about the future, and they want...
Is that really all? Because I asked you what you stand for, and you said, and the first thing out of your mouth is, you come out with this astounding banality, most important thing is our future.
Well, I was going to continue. So future, and we are that generation. We need to stand up to the plate. The second thing is reform.
Up to the plate? And what plate?
The second is reform. It's reform of the Seanad, it's reform of the Oireachtas, it's reform of how we create jobs in this country. We need to help entrepreneurs in this country. We need to reform the health system. The Seanad, a reform Seanad, could definitely be a house where you would open up a committee and you would haul bankers in. I think the Irish deserved to have the bankers grilled, to let them sweat, have the media in, and to let people feel they had their pound of flesh.
Do you not know that happened?
Well, I think it should have happened in the Seanad.
It did happen. Not in the Seanad, but the members of the Seanad were present on the Oireachtas Committee on Finance. Several hearings on the banking
but it should have been open to the public. It should have been open to the public in terms of all media should have been allowed in, because it was a very, very important moment
Regina,
in the US
not alone was it open to the public, it was on television. So what's wrong with that?
I think this is a really important place where the Seanad can take its place.
But the members of the Seanad were there.
But it could be the lead
clearinghouse. You didn't know about that, obviously, which is a problem running for the Senate when you don't know what happened here. Now, and recently you were in Brussels, presumably, were you?
Yes, I was in Brussels.
Yeah.
And the seat that I want to propose is that it's not a Regina O'Connor seat. It would be a seat surrounded by stakeholders, people like Denis O'Brien and Sean O'Driscoll and Andrew Parrott and health reform people.
Sean O'Driscoll, this is the fellow who was on the board of the AIB. During all those years that led to its collapse.
Well, it's more.
This is the kind of experts we want, is it?
It's the experts behind.
Is this the kind of experts we want, is it?
It's the experts behind Irish business. We need to create an area for Irish indigenous business to grow. people that were entrepreneurs and failed were labelled and stigmatised in this country. We need to create an entrepreneurial ecology. And people like Dennis O'Brien, Sean O'Driscoll, Andrew Parrish, who also has nominated me in Green Energy.
Oh,
He's
Sean O'Driscoll's nominated
of
you.
Wave Bob.
Former director of AIB, one of the guys who was surely had some role in this crisis,
Andrew Parrish,
this terrible
who's
collapse.
CEO of Wave Bob, who is head of Green Energy. We have an amazing opportunity here in terms of growing our entrepreneurs.